So when you were a toddler, did you ever play with these big blocks, these big Legos, and try to make the tallest tower you could? And then when you were done, you just devoured the entire tower. You destroyed it so that it was broken up piece by piece. You like threw a toy or something at it. I remember my brother used to throw like a pillow at the blocks just to make sure that it was completely destroyed. And then when you were all done, you redid it. You did it all over again. And this reminds me of the story of Joshua in the Battle of Jericho. Jericho was a city that was surrounded by walls that were so tight and so high that nobody could get in and out. And God had told Joshua that this city was supposed to be taken over by the Israelites. So he sent a commander of his army down to give Joshua some instructions. And these instructions included walking around the city once for 6 days. And the 7 priests each had a horn, and they would blow their horns, and they would carry the Ark of the Covenant with them. And then on the 7th day, they would take everybody and walk around the city 7 times, blowing their trumpets. But then on the 7th lap, the 7th time walking around the city, they would shout as loud as they could, and then the walls would come tumbling down, as the VeggieTales song says. So this was a big task for Joshua and his people. This was a big task. This was a city that was completely surrounded by cement walls, by stone walls. Something that wasn't easy to get through. It almost seemed impossible. But God knew that they would be able to do it. And Joshua just had to trust him. So Joshua got all of his men together, and they did exactly what the Lord said to do. They walked around the city once a day for 6 days. And on the 7th day, they woke up super early, and they walked around the city 6 times, blowing their horns. And on the 7th time, they shouted, and the walls came down. And Joshua's men seized the city and everything in it. And the city belonged to the Israelites. So you might be thinking, okay, well, this is a great historical event, but what does this mean for me today? So we each have something in our lives that seems impossible to conquer, right? Either something currently or something that we have had in the past. But we just need to remember that God has a plan for each of us. And on our part, it just takes faith and some courage to step out and to follow God's plan for us and to listen to him intently. So that is the story of Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. And it's a great reminder that nothing is impossible as long as we have faith in Christ and his plan for us.